What's going on, guys? You got Quasi of Quasi Animation Studio, Quasi Media Network. Coming to you guys today, man. I just want to tell you guys thank you for support. And I've been enjoying doing videos for people that are looking for something simple, pretty much straight to the point, and that's helpful in whatever manner they need. Okay. Well, right here we have my character Crimson from Rise of the Derulians. I get it. You see her, you go, well, she looks like something from Dragon Ball, but she's not. Point blank, period. That's it. End of story. However, I want to talk about having an existing animation and then layering that thing. Because I think a lot of people have this misconception that you can't do layers in Blender. And I'm like, that's what the Nla editor is for. But I also want to talk about being able to do something that allows you to be able to maybe show you how to do an effective movement on a bone or something, because I think a lot of people are getting this misconception that the rig is just going to do it, and that's not how it works. And of course, I've had people try to say, hey, well, your stuff could be this or could be that, better, worse, whatever the case may be. But I always sort of laugh about it because I'm like, well, at the end of the day, that's subjective only because you don't know who's going to enjoy what you're putting out. And then you don't know the objective of the person doing the work. So with that being said, let's get to it. All right, so I have the bone layer turned off, so let's turn that back on. Okay, we're gonna go into pose mode. And what I want to do right now, presently, there's an idle on her. She's just idling, chilling. And I added a track. So understand, I'm expecting you to know how to use the NLA. If you don't, there are plenty of videos, even videos on the channel where I talk about how to add tracks in the NLA editor, okay? And even what to do. So we're gonna come up here to where it says no action, click that. And I'm gonna hit N, and then we're gonna go add. And so now we have this where it's gonna add. I'm gonna go auto. And then I'm gonna, under keying, I'm gonna say the active set to location rotation, because it's the only thing we're gonna be using is location and rotation. Really in this case, it could just be rotation, because most of the bones you're looking at right now are just gonna be rotation bones. I'm gonna make sure that this follows the frames, right? So I'm only gonna have her basic point, okay? So what I wanna do is I wanna make sure this is in local and we're on the rotation tool. So I'll take this bone here. Okay, so the bones I know I'm going to use. So I know I'm going to use these bones, right? All of these. And the reason why I'm selecting those is because, even this top one here, is because I want to select the bones I intend to use. I don't want to put all of them on there and I'm not going to use them all. Okay, so I'll hit I at set. Now, that key is the key that we need to come back to, because we want her to come back to the original animation's starting position. And this first key automatically is set to this present animation. Okay, so say I come up here, then I just do a random movement, and then I just leave it like that. It's going to offset all of these improperly. This is just the way that it works. Okay, so I know which keys I have, so I'm going to grab this one because we're going to start from our lowest point and make our way up, or our center point. Even if you're making like an idle like this one, what you want to do is you want to start from the center, right? So see, there's a shift there, so that means that that foot has to move. Okay, so I already see I don't have enough, I'm not seeing all the frames I need to see. So in this case, I want her to turn. So I know if I want to do this, I'm just standing and I turn. How long would that take? Well, I usually go anywhere between 16 frames and 23 frames. So in here, I'm going to go 23 frames. I'll grab the center part and I'll turn it. Now understand, the head is presently set to move or set to stay still, so it's not locked. Okay, you can lock your head and then you can play with it accordingly. All right, and then I know for a fact that I'm going to go up again. I'm going to go to the shoulder. I'm going to go to this one, because again, this is about having her point. So I hit 1 on the keyboard, do something of the sort, right? So again, we want this shoulder to move with that. Now remember, she has armor parts, so we got a helper here. So I'll go back and press I on that one too. So on that helper, I'll go ahead and pull it up so that doesn't look like it looks. So we have to remember that bone too. Okay. Now this is only on these models. That's not on every model. So you may have a model that needs help. Okay, it has helper bones. All right. So even here, we understand that this bone is going to have to fold at some time, but we'll get to that. Okay. So now what I want to do is I just want to grab this one. I'll come over here, get tight to it. Again, I'm hit 1. I'm probably going to just sort of find the right All right, there we go. And then I'm gonna grab, let's put this on individual origins. I'm gonna grab these bones right here. All of these, not that. Undo, not that. And then what I want to do, because the way this is set, it's weird because of the orientation of how these bone rolls are. Let's fix that. So what I want to do is go to those bones, and I see that that bone rotation, if you see it, is off, right? So we come up to armature, bone roll. We're going to clear the roll, and I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of them. Okay, let's just go C and then select it. All right, I'm going to clear that roll. All right, so now when I come back into pose mode, see how it totally just jacked up my animation? But that's cool, because what I'm going to do is going to come over here. We're going to go back. I'm going to set it, reset it. Right? This is the same thing here because the bone roll has been cleared, so the fingers are not doing the same thing they were doing before. But guess what? I can roll them properly. See that, right? Okay. So now when I come up to 23, these fingers are straight. I want that one straight, but I don't want the second one straight. That's why I wanted to grab these. We're just going to fold them in because we wanted a point, right? All right. So I already know that most of the time, these two fingers tend to be a bit more, I can't think of the word, but that's what they're a bit more a lot of time. Bent. I don't know why I can think of bent, right? Okay. So we have that set. That had no setting on it. This had no setting on it. Okay, so those had no setting on them. So let me just do this and this. All right. Let me do that again. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna look at it from the front and just look at it. All right. So we see her pointing, right? But I see one problem, the center part. So here, when it gets ready to go up, I'm gonna fold this arm up. And when we get to 23, we'll go back to this position. All right, so it's like, so she's pointing. So I see that there's a little bit of a lean. I don't like it. Hit 3, 1. Because as I say all the time, what the hell did I do? Oh, never mind. All right. Okay. So look at it from here because we want to keep a certain position. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select these bones that I just mingled with. I even think that bone's in there. Is this bone in there? I think that bone's in there too. I think it is, but I'm going to just deselect it. All right. So all the bones that are selected, take them to here, come up here, give it a little, I'm gonna hit it again, and then let's go to maybe 50 on that. So I'll move this to 50, and then what I'll do from 50 plus, let's say 20. So 20 takes me back down to there. Right? So it's like, all right, so again, we know this needs to fold. So I'll bend it. I'll even go as far as doing the same thing here. I think the only difference is I'll be playing with, let me turn this thumb off. I'll play with these a little where they're slightly folding. Okay. So now when we go back down, it's, all right, so you see how this right here didn't really follow that well. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of a movement, give it a little bit. I'm gonna select all of this, Control E, input, output. I'll do the same thing on the other bones that I've been using. Even this one, which apparently I didn't give it a good click on 50, but we'll do that. And it didn't get reset either. Yeah, I'm gonna click it by itself because I don't want it to have a, there we go. That's why that looked funny to me. All right, again, same thing. Click all of this. Let me see if I look at it from here. Yeah, she looks like she's folded a little bit, but she is making that move. So you see how she sort of look bent in the front? I'm gonna fix that in the bottom, in the base animation, because that's there. Go to animate, activate, pull it back some, grab the arm, pull it back some. Wow. All right. don't forget to save if you saved your project. This is just for a tutorial, so I didn't save it. All right, so I'm gonna deactivate. Matter of fact, no, I'm not, because I'm gonna fix these fingers. You hear me? I'm gonna fix these fingers. All right, so let's fix those fingers. Because I know that when I fixed the bone roll, it changed the way the animation looked. All right, cool. So now that's it. All right, come back in here, and it shouldn't have messed the fingers up, but it did for some reason. All right, cool. We can fix that. We can fix that. Let me see. Because I fixed the bone roll before I added the animations. I should have done that separately. All right, there we go. Because it should be doing that and coming back down to this, which should be there. Boom. I keep saving even though I haven't saved this project yet. All right, so what I want to do is select all of those. Hold on. Select all of those, Control E, and do the same thing again. All right, so now with that selected, I'm gonna push that down because we can always open that back up. All right, so boom, right? So now I want a little bit more snap to that. So I'm gonna open that back up. And on this one, I'm gonna fold it a little bit harder. And on this one, I'm going to bend it down ever so slightly. Same thing on this one. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it's like it folds in a little bit. Okay, hold on. I still feel like that's a little bit too. Yeah, so maybe it should float to the front a little. Let's do that. Let me do this instead. Again, that refinement phase. There we go. Yeah, so it sort of slides down a little. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. All right. So again, we turn the overlay off. See how the fingers get all jumbled right there? I don't like that. So let's go play with that. Oh no, they're not getting jumbled. They just look. I forget I had them bent. Well, that is a little jumbled right there. That change is crucial, isn't it? All right. So, because it ends up being crooked there. All right, let me fix it like this. That means now I have to take it over to here. So we're gonna go. All right. I think even the other fingers need to have that change also. So let me change it. Let me hit C. All right. I should have done it. All right, cool. I'm just gonna straighten it up and then bend it again. Go backwards. Select this. I also feel like I should deselect these and then bend this a little more. Deselect these and bend this a little more. So it's slowly pulling out. And then here, I'm just going to straighten it up just to bend it a little bit. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did. Okay. So, boom. Let's see what we got. Let's turn this off. Dang, I keep doing that. All right. So where it's popping out at, I really want that to happen way earlier. So I'm going to grab this. I just need this. It doesn't matter about the other stuff. All right. Okay, so again, boom. I'm thinking. Hold on. Ooh, that's bad. Go back. Right there. Oof, no. What if they matched? That felt a little better, but that doesn't mean it was better. Keep doing that. All right. No, that is better. Yeah, so there you have it. And that's something I just wanted to show you guys real quick. I know you might say, "What? That was it?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's it." Because at the end of the day, I find that a lot of times what's happening is not knowing how to get that. See how the shoulder turn, all of that. I mean, IK actually helps with this too, but since this is an FK, it's just see how smooth that move. Even though this arm, as time goes by, is not breaking properly. Let me see this part right here. This one, this armor help thing. I feel like it didn't snap back into place right. Let's see. Let's see. All right. All right. Here we go. Yeah, that's a little better. This side's still sort of straight, still straight. This one's a little bent, but it's okay. It works out. Yeah. And there you have it. So I hope they help somebody. I know it seemed like it was like kind of a lackluster thing, but at the end of the day, I was just trying to show you you can layer these things. You can go about fixing something, and you don't have to go through a lot of extra to do the simplest little thing. Don't forget the shoulder. Just don't forget the shoulders. All right, number love.